Harry is brave, cheeky, and really resilient to be able to have to put up with what he's putting up with. Harry suffers from a skin condition called epidermolysis bullosa, which is shortened to EB, and it comes in many different variants, I suppose. What Harry suffers from, because it affects his skin and it makes his skin very fragile, he suffers with it a lot on his feet. He gets blisters which are different to the blisters that we would get. So the blisters that he gets need to be drained, they need to be dressed. They're a very aggressive blister, and if they're not treated, they turn infectious. They're not just isolated onto his feet, but saying that, it's really his feet that get quite heavily affected. So he's using a wheelchair to go to school, he's on heavy painkillers sometimes, and that's where the idea came from to do the walk barefoot. Okay, so the reason I chose Hadrian's Wall, it's local, it's the right length, and it means I can get some real good support locally for it as well. So Deborah UK is the charity that support families with sufferers of EB, and they do a marvellous job. I mean, our Sarah, you know, she brings the kids up on her own. She would really struggle without the support of Deborah UK. They've been really helpful, and I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. Not only because I'm so proud of Harry, but also to kind of give something back to the charity that's supported my sister so much. It allowed Sarah to realise that she wasn't on her own. She wasn't suffering on her own, having to bring up Harry, because it's extremely difficult. And, you know, mentally I think it's been really hard for Sarah, because as she said it a couple of times in other things, she wants to take the pain away from Harry, and she inflicts pain on him every morning. So that gets me emotional. So I stopped talking about it. It's all good, and look at the day I've got for the start. Absolutely brilliant. I hope this stays like this all the way. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of hard, this bit. We've got a farmer's track, and it's literally just rubble like that. So I'm darting into the side I'm walking on here, but where there used to be nice soft mud, it's now crunchy, sharp, sticky bits caused by the hoofs of the coos. So not good. I'm pretty slow paced, to be fair. We've only done, I think, 4.5 miles, so we've got a nice straight bit in a bit, but we've got a long way to go on that road yet. Quite hard. About 10 miles in, I've just had another farm track to go along. I've got quite muddy feet, but to be fair, the mud ended up helping us a bit, because it was a bit of another layer on my skin. I've got plasters already, because I've had thorn, I've had thistles, I've stumbled, cut my toes, I'm only 10 miles in. I've got another bloody 74 miles to go. Last stretch now. Indy, come on. We are back on grass, which is like amazing. I'm not gonna lie, today has been very hard, much harder than I thought it was going to be, to be honest. I thought this was going to be one of the easier days, but yeah, we got caught on a few farm tracks, which has been a bit of a nightmare, but never mind. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got grassy path all the way to the end. Not as far today, about 10.5 miles. I think we did, in total, I think we did about 14 miles yesterday. So it was a bit of a killer. So we'll crack on, get going. We've got a glorious day again. Look, I've got friends. Friends have come along. They joined me this morning. That was a nice surprise. Surely we can just enjoy the countryside. We've made it to the M6. Honestly, this has been so good today. It's been like, look at how smooth that path is. It's like a dream compared to yesterday. So here we are, beginning of day 3. Got a little bit of road to go, and then quite a decent length walk to Bird Oswald Fort. And today we've got Mr. Thompson.
Hey! I'm alright that now, but I won't be like that later on.
We've got my sister Sarah, Harry's mum, my wife. There's Laura. Indy Pindy. Indy. And we've got my other sister and my brother-in-law Andrew Foster from Industrial Workwear, who've really kindly supported me for one of the days later on in the walk and supplied all the t-shirts. Alright, so listen, I'll be in touch soon. My feet are all taped up, they're all taking the mick out of us. Still going strong. But, Harry's mum Sarah and David Thompson, literally like flipping Mrs. Motormouth and Mr. Motormouth. They've never shut up for about 3 hours. So today's been a bit more hilly, which has been alright because it's been grass, and I've had a few farm tracks which has slowed us down a bit on this first bit. My feet are so tender after day 1 that even kind of easy looking roads are they're getting a bit tricky, like I've got to be honest. Well, we're properly on the wall now, where we've just come up Walltown Crags. That's back there. Where are you? We've got loads of wall behind us, and we're until that way, so we've got a nice big hill. Look at Davy Thompson, can't wait, he's loving it. Alright, so we've probably got another hour of trudging along here to do today. So here we are, start of day 4, we're at Caulfield car park. We've got a barefoot walker today, Scott, come all the way from Skye, surprised me last night. We've got Simon joining us again, Ian Marsden, Finn Marsden, thank you guys for sponsoring today. And then we've got Andrea Wharton, Hannah and Chloe from the Team Valley group, and my dad somewhere. Oh, and Indy, still got Indy. We're at Sycamore Gap, or what was Sycamore Gap. Just Gap, I suppose. We're getting on well. It started raining, which has been a bit of a nightmare. A bit cold on the feet, isn't it, Scott?
Slippy.
But we're doing well. Not far to go to Housesteads. There'll be some warm pies and beer from all the walkers today. Right, here we are, day 5, past halfway. We've got a long day today, and we've got Sarah, Matthew and Harriet from Sawpaws Vets. They're really positive now. We get 10 miles in. They are from Sawpaws Veterinary Clinic, and they are sponsoring today. So thank you very much to Sarah and Aaron, who I network with in lots of network groups. And then over here, we've got another surprise. We've got Terry Gregg, one of my really old friends. Surprised me this morning. Thank you, Terry. And we've got Pete, another friend.
All right.
Brought them up along. And this today, can I just introduce Laura? Because I forgot you yesterday. All right. So sorry about that, Laura. She's joining me again, and she's decided to do the whole walk with us, with her shoes on, of course. And then we've got Indy. All right. So we're setting off. It's raining, and I think it's going to rain all day. So we're going to have a great time. All right. See you at the end. Bye. Wowzers. This is kind of good. So we've just arrived at Matford Hall. I'm just waiting to be shown to my luxury suite. So this is what it's all about, I suppose. We've had a pretty tough day today. Did 15 miles. We actually really paced it out. It was really good, but it's been sopping wet. The whole day was absolutely crazy. So we're all soaked. Bless the Sawpaws crew, are absolutely soaking and freezing cold, but massive thanks to Harriet and Matthew and Sarah from Sawpaws for coming along today. So it's a rest up, and we'll go again tomorrow, a shorter day tomorrow, and then only one more day to go. All right. I'll see you after I've got out the spa and had a sauna and done all that sort of stuff. Get in. See you later. So, day 6 today, back at Robin Hood pub. We've only got a short one today, thank the Lord, because this chafing's absolutely wrecking us. The rain's holding off for now, so that's good. I've got my cousin Neil Green coming with us today. Woo-hoo! All right, still got me dad. We had a great night last night in Matford Hall. Got really well looked after, which was absolutely amazing. And then the ever-present Laura Hamilton and Indy. Hey. So we're going to have a good walk today. Feet are doing great. Like I say, it's just that chafing from yesterday with all that rain. But I've got some skinny pants on. That's going to sort me right out. Not good news. Well,
do you know what? It looks like you've got some great content.
We've gone wrong. We've turned right when we shouldn't have turned right, and we've ended up going down this bloody horrible road. It was pretty tough going. We've got to the end of the road and we've realised we've actually gone the wrong way. I bet it was grass where I was meant to be, and it would have been lovely and wet and juicy and soft and moist. And I've had one of the worst roads ever. So like, never mind. I'll blame it on Laura. Laura, it's your fault. You took us that way. Anyway, I think we've gone a little bit out of the way, added a little bit of the journey on today, but we'll crack on. I can literally smell the pies. So we're going to be there in a minute, I'm sure. See you later. So, we're at the end of day 6. We've just got, I would probably say, another half a mile to go till we get to the Keelman. I've just heard some great news. My dad's got the drinks in, and he's run us a deep, hot bath. Today was quite good. We've had a mixture of really muddy fields, some grass, lots of tarmac, and then in the second half of the day we had some farm tracks. So it's been alright though. We've made really good time, and we're going to be in the pub by 4 o'clock. You cannot go wrong with that, man. So rest up tonight, and then we've got a really big day tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to meeting everyone on the quayside and walking the last 3 or 4 miles with the whole team. and all the supporters and all of you generous people who've given to the fundraising over the last kind of few months. Can't thank you all enough. Well, here we are, just outside the Keelman. We had a lovely night last night. It's the last day, day 7 of the Walk the Wall for Harry. We've got a proper crowd with us today. Some of them walking all the way, some of them walking half the way, some of them walking just a little way, some with the bike, some with the bike, some with the dog. All right, so we've got Tony and Michael over here, and we go around. Well, she's not walking, don't you wave. And then we've got Sarah, and we've got Elaine and Steve, the ever-present David Hamilton, support vehicle driver. Sarah here with the dog. Laura, smashing the last day, well done Laura. Toby's trying to steal all the glory by walking the last day. We've got Glenn with the bike, and Maxie boy. All right, so we've got to get to the Copthorne by 1 o'clock. It's all going to be hard stuff underfoot, so we better get my skates on, and we'll see you there for some drinks. See you in a bit. I have never been so pleased to see the River Tyne. We're finally down on the quayside. Woo! I can see Dunstan on the other side. We've just had some horrible paths along Scotswood Road. We're on kind of block paving now, which is a bit better. But yeah, we've only got about an hour to go till we get to the Copthorne, if that, where we're going to be meeting the crowds. But literally, we have made it to Newcastle.
Craig, this is it.
Right, so I've now finished. That last day was absolutely horrendous, I've got to say. I knew it would be. It was very rocky, very roady, and I've really struggled over the last 4.5 miles. But I've got here in the end. I had a great crowd joining me at the end. But there's a few people that I want to thank about from who've supported me from the very start. And that's all the companies who've sponsored every day. So I've got Richard Reed Solicitors, I had the Team Valley Group, Net Defence, Industrial Workwear, AAF Filters, Ian Marsden, Eventing, and Saul Paul's Veterinary Clinic. Amazing, thank you so much guys for sponsoring me across the way, and all the places that supported me, Crown and Mitre, we had the Twice Brewed Inn. Thank you to Judith and Anne. I wrote all your names down because you were so good. And then we went to the Angel, thanks to Leanne and Deborah. And we had a great time in Mathlin. You looked after us so well, Jess and Sean. And then we had an absolute fantastic night last night in, where was I last night? At Newburn in the Keelman with Phil. And his lovely wife who looked after us. I think it's his wife, might not be his wife. Could not be, right? Oh, might not, you're in trouble there, Phil, sorry, Mal. But honestly, you looked after us so well. Neil Hockin, your pies were amazing, mate, the whole way, kept us going. And West Brewery, absolutely sensational. And one last thing, we've had a van that's gone the whole way around. So I've got a massive shout out to Ogilvy Fleet for hiring the van for me for the whole time. All right, and that is it. And I'm done, and I will go home to have a pint, get my feet up. Thank you very much.